Right. Should be back again now. Should be back again. I can definitely see everything moving. We should be good. Phone's going off. So hopefully you guys can find it again. For some reason, it's not letting me try again here. So I'm just putting it in the community tab. Let's try again. Post. There we go. People are coming back now. All good? Sorry about that. My internet, I don't know what's wrong with it. I should probably do it in-house, but yeah, we can't do that. So let's have a look. Right, yeah, people are seeing it now, which is good. The minute that the stream disappears, that's fine. That's fine. Oh look, loads of people in it now. Oh, that's a big old number for one of these things, because the maximum is going to be, I think we've got 40 channel members, so the maximum is only going to be 40 anyway. So so yeah, where was I? So yeah, essentially I've handed in my notice at my job because I want to concentrate on everything else, like being around for Freddie and Erin. Can continue to go with the YouTube stuff. So yeah, I feel much happier now. As I said, you probably felt it in the videos that were coming out. They were quite sporadic. They're probably quite negative as well, which I want to completely change. And I did a race last night at Spa that went really well, or was going really well. I was on for a podium until I span at, crikey, wind going through the house there, until I crashed on the final lap, on the final corner. On the first corner, I didn't crash. I span at, I can't remember what the hairpin's called. I don't want to say Lowe's. It's not Lowe's. What's the first corner at Spa called? I might have to Google that. Spa track. La Source. That's what I did. So basically, I span at La Source. That's La Source. Yeah, you spelled it like tomato sauce. SLM. So yeah, that will be coming out Saturday. I'm starting to write the script for it now, actually. But yeah, it was good. I mean, it was sparring away, as I say. It was really fun. I was in the NSX, but no, it was really good. It was really good. But yeah, now that there's a few more of you in here, is there any sort of stuff you guys want to chat about? Anything, or even discuss, that you want my honest opinion on. Because this is like a forum for you guys. You guys, as I say, go above and beyond for me. So you should get sort of extra access and things that others can't get. So that's why we're sat out here in the garden. Can you see my shed that has been appallingly put up? It's just I put that up. Me and Erin did it. I'm not very good. I'm not very good with this sort of stuff. It's so that's why the door's and you can probably see the felt on the back just hanging off. I'm not a DIY guy. Let's put it that way. How you doing, Safer? Good to see you. So yeah, really, guys, anything at all. Going for the gym, yeah. Going for the gym a look, yeah. Yes, disaster, isn't it? Absolute disaster. I don't even think Jimmy could live in that. It was one thing I'm quite proud of. I did paint it, so that was a good thing. No, I can't get the rig in there, and also, it's got things like my golf clubs, sort of the lawnmower in it. It's got all sorts of stuff in there. I'm gonna have to put Freddie's paddling pool in it. So have a look at this. So this is Freddie's paddling pool. Let me just spin this round. Oh, excuse the crate. It's Freddie's little paddling pool there. That I need to. It's pretty cool actually. So he goes in there sometimes. He sits in it. Obviously, he doesn't swim, being 3.5 months old. But yeah, he'll sit in there. And yeah, that's my little garden, really, with the fence that needs to be propped up. As I think about it, I do need to do that. Yeah, absolutely boiling. So I'm underneath the parasol. We've got parasol up there. So yeah, just you probably wouldn't want to stick your feet in it at the moment. It's full of bugs and things, which are no good. You see ERT on the door, yeah. I'm quite proud of how I painted it. But yes, it's just really nice here at the moment. I think it's about hit the table again. I think it's about 20, must be about 26 today, something like that. But it's good, really, really good. So come on, guys. What you got for me? What sort of things should we discuss? There are no, within reason, there are no subjects barred. We can talk about whatever you want, whoever you want. So yeah, the time is yours, really. To be quite honest. And also, Erin's out shopping, so I'm on daddy daycare at the moment, which is fine. I made a real point of, making sure that we changed equal amounts of nappies and all this sort of stuff. So there's all kind of, so there's no issue with that. I'm as much of a pro as you can be. 3 months in. Kalpesh, thanks for your question. So, what are your plans next? Are you talking about? So, what are you talking about? Are you talking about? Well, I can cover them both. So, YouTube and professionally. So, quickly touch on. Let's touch on the professional side first. So, I have, or I will be, going back to where I used to work. So, what I wanted to do is I realized, right, the view from the top wasn't what I wanted at all. It was, just eating into my family life. You can have as much money as you want, but so the salary was nice, but you need to get that balance. So, there's diminishing returns. So the amounts so where I was previously, my last job, it was good money. I was home at 5. Went to head off, started doing like this, bit more money, but the time that you had to put in was a lot, so my free time went down. Director, it went up a little bit financially, but my work-life balance went all the way down. So what I've done now is I'm going back to, so I didn't just jack it in with no options. I was speaking to my previous employer, so it's always very important, guys, not to burn any bridges. So as soon as I just said, look, I've got to the point where my dad now, I got to my career aspirations. It wasn't what I'd hoped, so now I'm looking to come back down. So like a contract manager level where I can live comfortably, but also be home in time for bath time and not be a miserable git, basically. And they were like, yeah, it's amazing, Rory. Come back. We'll you can hit the ground running. We'd love to have you back. Yada yada yada. So I'm just ironing out the final details with that, and then that will be that, which is going to be really, really good. I'm really, really excited for that. In terms of the channel and YouTube, so so there's 2 things I like doing on YouTube. Actually, there's 3 things I like doing. One is playing Gran Turismo Sport. For all its faults, I love that game. Ever since Gran Turismo 1, I remember I was doing, I can't even remember, I don't think it was a 24-hour race. I remember it was about a 3-hour or 6-hour race around Grand Valley. I used to go in the Toyota Supra RZ or whatever it was called, the big quick one, the Castrol one. Let's just go around for hours. Me and my younger brother used to go around for hours. And me and my cousin, we used to do the routes, special stage, Route 11, I think it was. And I can't remember what the longest one was. I don't know if it was 24 hours, surely not. But I loved playing that game. I played Gran Turismo 1, Gran Turismo 2, Gran Turismo 3. Then I stopped. Don't know why. I think it must have been, would I have gone to uni? I must have gone to uni at that point. And yeah, I just stopped playing it. And then when for some reason, I don't know why, I had a bit of time off. So obviously I got married in October 2017. And a couple of weeks before that, so I worked all the time. Didn't really watch much telly or much YouTube at this point. And I saw a couple of people playing Gran Turismo, and I was always really, really good at Gran Turismo. At least I thought so. Even so, there's a guy who, an India fella who I know actually, went to school with. He once paid me his dad owned the local Indian restaurant. He actually paid me a chicken korma to get him the top license on Gran Turismo. So that's that's how I knew I was all right at it. But obviously, I love the competition now. I love not being the best at it because it's a worldwide competition now. You've got people like Fraga, Lightning, even Tidgney and stuff, and Key. They're just mega quick people. So yeah, as I say, I got married in October 2017, but before that, I saw a couple of videos on it. I can't remember who they were from. They were just dirty driver videos, and I'd always been quite entrepreneurial. I'd done like a t-shirt business when I was younger, bits and bobs. And I thought, right, I could start my own channel here. That'd be really, really cool. So I was going on my honeymoon with Erin. We were going to Bali. So we went to Bali, but we went via Bangkok. We had a night in Bangkok because we absolutely loved Bangkok. Went and sort of had dinner at this really high restaurant up there. And it was, we then, as I say, had a night in Bangkok, and then we flew down to, where is it? What's it called? What is it called? It's going to do my head in. Can't remember what the airport was called. Basically, it was Bali Airport. So we got there, and then we went across to a place called Nusa Lembongan, which is a smaller island. And then we went to the Gili Islands, which was just amazing. Came back via Ubud, so went to like the monkey sanctuary and stuff like that. It was just incredible. But what I did when I was out there is I ordered the PlayStation 4. I ordered Gran Turismo. And yeah, I just thought, right, I'm going to make a few videos on it and see where it goes. And to be honest, fast forward 3 years. I mean, I know it slowed down a little bit recently, because of the stuff I've just outlined about, work-life balance and all that sort of stuff. But it was going really, really well. And so the first thing on the channel, just looping back, is Gran Turismo. That's what it's always going to be. Absolutely love it. And what I don't want to do is get away from it because the new one's coming out in, when is it? I think I'm going to pin my colours to the mast. I think it'll be a launch title, personally. What I don't want is to allow people, and again, this is the business side of my brain working. I don't want people to eat into the sort of space. I don't want to, not be relevant. You've always got to be relevant. And also, my niche is kind of Gran Turismo. I absolutely love it. I mean, the way in which I do my videos is my kind of style. It's not too much about humor. It's about racecraft and championing good racecraft, being a sportsman, whilst telling a story, because I like telling stories, as you're hearing now, because I blabber on. And so, yeah, I just don't want people to eat into that, to be honest. By the way, guys, how are you doing, Alan? How are you doing, Darren? Nice to see you. Mew, I don't know if I've said hello to you yet, but hello. And so yeah, Gran Turismo is going to remain number one. I really want to get back into that. And as I say, I've done a video. I'll be doing a video on that on Sunday, on Saturday. Sorry. But the other thing I love doing, and I can't, I'm addicted to it, is the team stuff on iRacing. Absolutely love it. I love the team element of it because I used to play American football, quite a lot of football if you're American, for years and years and years. And I couldn't play it anymore because, you've got other priorities. I can't just blow my knee out or something because, it affects the amount of money you can take home and all this sort of stuff. So we did that, or I stopped playing that, sorry. And that the iRacing stuff just gives me that element of, team morale, all that sort of stuff together again in a setting that I love. So those two are the main things that I want to keep on the channel. Basically, they're the two things that I want to do: is Gran Turismo and team stuff. It's the third thing I like doing is, I've always been a bit of a coach with stuff. So, I've always been, when at work where I was, where I'm going back to, I mentored people who were at a more sort of junior level than me. In American football, when I stopped playing, I became a coach. I like to think of myself as quite a selfless person. That's probably why we're having this conversation right now, because I feel like a bit of an urge to give you guys something back. And yeah, so there's an element. I love doing my sort of commuter stuff and just talking about stuff. I love the talking head videos. I like the idea. I love driving, obviously. So I love the idea of just getting in the car. I live about 30 miles north of the coast or south coast of England. And there's a really good drive, country road drive that goes all the way down. It goes to Goodwood, where the Festival of Speed is. So I really like the idea of just, doing that, basically putting the camera up in the same sort of style as, Shmee150. I don't know if you know him, but he's one of my favorite YouTubers. Oh, don't do it again. Are we good? How are we doing? Can you let me know in chat? I think it just recovered. Are we good? Are we okay? Okay. If it goes again, don't worry. Just keep your eye on the community page, because I can only share this on the community page, which is a bit silly, really, and I don't know why. But yeah, we'll go back up there. So where was I? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the talking head stuff. So yeah, they're the three things that I like, to be quite honest. So Cowpash, in a really long-winded way, that's my plans professionally. That's my plans channel-wise. I really just want to get back to having fun again, and I really do think if I practice properly, I can be as good as some of these guys. Obviously, not going to be as good as That's why I respect Tidgney so much, because no offense to Key, and I don't mean this negatively, and no offense to all these guys who arrive at the world tours, but do they? I've got to be very careful with my words here. Do they? Are they being responsible? Is what I would say with how much they're playing. Because for me, I play as family comes first. I'm providing for my family, as you guys all know, as it should be, as it got to be. Not that I provide, because I've got a very, an amazing, talented wife who is, she's even more successful than I am. So, and however, I can't just jack in my job and play YouTube all the time, because it does not bring in the money. Don't get me wrong, it brings in, good money for playing computer games that I would have played anyway. But I just don't, I look at the caliber of the people on that stage, And I think, where are you going in life? You're investing all this time. You know, not knocking them for, you know, their work ethic and all this sort of stuff, but realistically, what, you know, where do you go from here? Where are your priorities? And you know, as I say, I respect Keith for how quick he is, and I respect him for chasing his dream. However, we're on very, very similar sizes, and it's not sustainable. Not sustainable. I don't know his financial situation, so you know, I shouldn't really be commenting on it. But you know, we're having this time together, so I'm going to give you my um, honest and blunt view on it. The fact that I can basically keep up with him doing this once a week, and him doing it all day, every day, I just don't really get it, to be honest with you. As I say, no, I'm not knocking him. Fair play to him for going and changing his dreams. It's just not something that I think that I could do. And also, you just got to be careful with the message that you're sending out. I don't swear a lot. I mean, I do swear sometimes. Don't get me wrong. You know, you've got to be clear. We know our demographics in there. We know who watches our videos, and that's a reason why I don't kind of swear quite a lot, because I know the age of the people watching my videos, and I know Gran Turismo is a video game, and there's going to be young kids watching it, and that's also why I'm very, very conscious about the message that I'm trying to send. So that's why I always mention work. I mention family, and you know, being a good, you know, racecraft and respect and all that sort of stuff, because these are life skills. Gran Turismo will come and go. I mean, to be honest, I'm going to keep doing this for a long, long time because I can balance it with work. But yeah, that's why I'm always just trying to champion good messages, really, to be quite honest. And I hope it comes across in the right way. And obviously, you guys relate to it. That's why you're here now. But yeah, Kalpesh, I just want to be clear on you know, I don't want to, as I say, respect to Keith for what he's doing, respect for him for chasing his dream, absolutely. And as I say, I don't know his financial situation. He could be a millionaire for all I know. You know, who am I to say? I'm just giving my view on it because I want to give you guys the access to things that I can't and wouldn't say on stream, because you know, this is the inner circle here. This is what I'm trying to give you in return for your generosity. So, and DJ Cypher, we'll come back to your point, so don't worry about that. He won't compete on a world stage. I don't know, he might do now that he's got the Fanatec stuff. But it's an interesting subject, I think, and I think people like to talk about it. Cypher's just said that he wants to talk about it, and Mew saying having to play have to play it over and over again to hit the numbers on the live streams, it would drive me nuts. I wouldn't mind a more general gaming channel, or at least you mix it up. Yeah, I mean, for me, there's two things to it. So what you can do is you need a niche, right? Because there's very small pockets of people, and there's only a few people who can go across multiple niches. So let's talk about Jimmy. Let's talk about Jimmy, right? Incredible rise to where he's got to, and I've met the guy. I've been for a few drinks with him when we were in Germany. Me and Dr. Rob went with him. What an amazing and fair play to him. Absolutely incredible. He's very rare. He can pick up any, because it's all about him. It's not so much about the racing, it's about him, about his personality. He struggled with mental health, and you know, he champions that and does a lot for charity. He can jump between Gran Turismo. He can jump between iRacing. He can do Assetto Corsa. He can do R Factor. He can do Formula One. It doesn't matter. If I started playing a Formula One game, no one will watch. Simple as that. I get what you're saying about mixing it up, but I think I can mix it up only so far. I don't want to dilute it too much, and that's why, for me, Gran Turismo and iRacing are the main things for me. And specifically with iRacing, I need to only do the team events because I get impatient. One of my biggest problems is impatience, and that's why you'll see me do live streams in a row, because I think, oh, sugar, the algorithm doesn't like that, or whatever doesn't like that. Let's pump out another video, or let's pump out another live stream, which is an easy way to get content out. So you can always tell when I'm in a bad place on the channel, because there'll be lots and lots of live streams. So right now, not in a great place on the channel for the reasons that I spoke to you earlier. But just going back to somebody said about sponsorship. That is where being a professional day in, day out is an advantage. I've got a marketing degree, and I think that played an advantage as well. I approach these people, and because I deal with business, I do business all day, every day. I can talk to people in a manner on a professional level. I'm not saying that any others can't, but I'm very clear on the message. I'm very clear that this is a hobby of mine, because I know that there's a big market of people who also share the same thing as me, who aren't as quick as they want to be because they're being responsible, which a lot of you guys are out there. So I know my value to those brands. So my value to those brands are that I don't have the 13, 14-year-old kids, really. There's a few, but don't really watch my videos. It's more about the older, my demographics are sort of 25 and upwards, all the way up to 55, 60, who have worked hard, have a bit of disposable income, and they're looking to fund their hobby. That's how I can relate to them, and then they use the same stuff that I use. So that's the spin that I put on it for these things. That's why I work with Fanatec, and that's why I work with Asher Racing, and all these brands, because I can say to them, right, to be honest, I'm completely blunt and honest with you, people will buy what the stuff that people they like watch. To be quite honest, I'm talking to you for a MacBook Pro at the moment that I bought because Everyday Dad and MKBHD recommended it. They like it. They use it. So all this sort of stuff is the camera that I use for my talking head videos is exactly the same one that Schmeef 150 uses. I've ordered a Youngbloods hat. Youngbloods is one of my favourite programs. He's an Australian guy who does catch and cook. I'll tell you what, the more I look around, the more that, influencers of YouTube are everywhere. So let me just spin this round, right? So this under here, right? Don't know if you can see that. Underneath there is something called a big green egg, which is a barbecue. I got into barbecuing because I watched, I like the idea of being the dad who can cook. And being able to host barbecues and things. So I bought one of those. The reason I bought one is because I watched, big American men cooking huge lumps of meat, huge. So if you look on my Instagram, you'll see that that I started doing that, and that's exactly the same as the steering wheel stuff. I mean, the amount of having a look at sort of my affiliate links on the Fanatec stuff, the amount of people who kindly use my link to buy stuff is just incredible. And sometimes it surprises me that, I hate using the word influencer because I'm not, but, do have a small amount of influence. If I slam a product, or if I slam something and explain why I slam it, then people will listen. And if I make a good enough case, everyone makes up their own mind, I know. But that's the value to marketing. So if you ever want, if you ever get into this sort of stuff, whatever it is, always think about it from the brand's point of view. They want to sell stuff. So if you can give them a platform to sell stuff, and of course I'm biased, of course I'm biased, and to people who have taken, who have shown faith in me, of course I am. It's just natural. If someone's nice to you, you're going to have a positive. If someone's kind enough to give me, a direct drive wheel or something, of course I'm going to be nice about them. I'm not going to say, oh yeah, this direct drive wheel that this person's given me is rubbish. I'm not going to do that, because that's not what I'm about. And so that's probably why I've been lucky enough to work with the brands that I've worked on. And I try and do it naturally. I try and endorse it naturally, but that's why I've got a wheel cam, so that people can see it. Every one of my videos. Sorry, my phone was going off. But and as I say, it kind of just happened very, very quickly. But yeah, I'm very happy with it, and it's because of guys like you that I can do it. So thank you very, very much. Darren said, oh, Mew said, sorry, you do the great RS endurance. Yeah, I mean, I know, and you're and you, Mew, are just around all the time. So and loads of you guys are. So thank you so much for your support with those. I absolutely love them, because you don't have to be the quickest with those RS enduros. You just have to be around at the end. So that's why I absolutely love it. Darren said, if I had the full setup, I would do what I love, maybe race once or twice a week, and also do my model building. Exactly. So if I right now, Darren, actually, I even know already, if your thing is model building, right? And you want to get into YouTube, not say you haven't said that you want to get into YouTube or whatever. Sorry, my phone keeps pinging. I keep thinking it's Aaron. So, I know an Eastern European guy. He was big on YouTube stuff, like models and Lego and stuff. He had all his stuff nicked, and then basically the crowd, his people funded him, and it basically made him the fact that he got all his stuff nicked. It was quite inspirational, quite lovely actually. Oh, phone going off. And yeah, so I'm not saying, Darren, that you want to get into that sort of stuff, but there is, no matter what you want to do in life, there is a market for it. If I don't know how many of you want to get into YouTube or anything like that, but just do what you love and be you. So, the unique mix for me is I'm different from the likes of Steve, Super GT, for example. Steve is funnier. He's also quicker, because I think he's he's as good. I think he's as good as me, but I think he's just got a bit more time to practice and things, and all that sort of stuff, and just the nature of being able to have the freedom, which he's worked for, to be fair. Yeah, and SLM, I'll pick that up because I know you're starting it. So he's funny. I'm not. He does memes and funny stuff. I'm not. So that's how we are different. That's how people can like the same things. Me and Key are different. Key is, he's more aggressive than I am on the track, and he probably swears a lot more, and he's a lot much more sort of rough and ready, if you like. So that's how people can like me and Key. Tidney is just very, very quick. Also does videos. So again, he's going hard on videos at the moment. I mean, fair play to him. I don't know how long he can keep that up, but I wish him the best of luck. I'm trying to think who else there is. And you get sort of people pop up. Jev, Adventure Racing. Really enjoy his stuff because he's a smaller creator, but he's real. You know, if I'm honest, he does show he does lose it sometimes. And you know, we speak on Instagram, and I haven't said it to him yet, but I do want to say, look, just woosah just a little bit. You know, I know it's emotion and stuff, but you need to stay on top of it. You don't want to alienate people by swearing at people, and I've learned my lessons through that a few times. Hey Rob, how you doing, mate? Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, there's even like you know, the guys, the ERT guys, they're doing a great job of what they do. But let's talk about SLM, right? So you've started a channel, right? Let me just go and have a look. Hopefully this won't mess up the stream. SLM Motorsport. Okay. Fine. So I'm just looking at your stuff now, SLM. So just so I'm right in the first, you've got a decent back catalogue here. You've done a lot of stuff. How long have you been going for? Good grief. So you've been going for what it looks like about 10 months, right? Before we start, let me know if you're comfortable, because I want to, talk about stuff and give advice using, and it's all the advice that I've told Rob. When me and Rob went to Germany, I was in his ear, and he couldn't escape because he was in the passenger seat for probably about the drive back to from Germany to the Eurotunnel. I was telling him about YouTube pretty much the whole time. Oh, you missed it. Fine. So the question is, SLM, are you happy with me discussing? So you asked the question example. Are you happy with that? Let me know, because I don't want to. Oh, hang on. Oh, it just cut out again. What's going on? What I might have to do is go up near the computer. That might do it. Being unstable. All right, how are we now? Are we all right now? We good? Before I start, I just want to check that we're good. Buffering quite a bit on and off. Should we leave it? We good? Right. Good now. Okay, fine. So yeah, for me, it's all about, there's a few things that you need to do before you start. So firstly is, and everybody does it, it's a bit of clickbait. You've got to, to be honest, Darren, I'm doing it off my phone because my broadband was unstable and I'm sat outside. Firstly is a bit of clickbait. There's something called win the click. It's, I know if I did a dirty driver video, it would get quite a few views, certainly more than, relatively more than the other ones that I do, because people love watching a dirty driver. It's just the way it is. Like instant karma, dirtiest and saltiest driver ever, question marks, titles with question marks in them. So that's the first thing I would say is win the click is what you want to do. And that's the same with Rob. And I told Rob all this. So sorry, Rob, you're going to hear it again probably. So it's all about winning the click in the first instance. 2 is do a thumbnail. Do a thumbnail that is instantly recognizable to your brand. So my videos. I would have thought you'll know exactly what they look like. You know exactly what Super GT's videos look like without even checking. immediately it comes up, you know exactly who that is. You know you like that person, you know like that stuff. So you go in and you do it. You know, you're going to click on it straight away. Um, Rob's done a much better job of that because we spoke a lot about thumbnails. So now I know Rob and the guy's brand of thumbnail, and you guys all do. You know, it's a green bar. I'm not even looking at it. It's a green bar at the top, got a big old subscribe button in the bottom right. He's going to have ERT in the bottom left. I know exactly what it's going to be like. I know Steve's. Steve's got a big thing across the top. I know Jimmy's. He's got a big thing across the top as well. So you see a theme here, big thing across the top. Jimmy puts his face in it in the bottom left. I don't do that because I'm always, my friends and my don't really know that I do this. So, and there's still a bit of a stigma for it. But so, yeah, I'd say win the click, do your branding with your channel, and then be regular. That's it. And I've dropped the ball on this recently, but up until probably about a month ago, 6 weeks ago, you're getting a video from me every Saturday. You know that every Saturday, whether it's morning UK time, wherever that is in your world. It could even be Sunday it's probably in the afternoon for SLM. But it could be Friday night if you live in California or something like that. So, but every week when you're getting my video, and that's it. That's all I would say is do that, and then literally make 100 videos, and that's it. Make 100 videos because you will learn how to edit stuff. You will learn, and also don't just put a replay. And I don't know if you do this, Matt SLM, or not, but don't do that. Put the effort in to record your gameplay. You can do it on the PlayStation 4. Record your gameplay. There's plenty of, if you just YouTube free video editing software. It's something called, I pay for mine. I use Premiere Pro, but you can use, I forgot what it's called, but there's a bunch of free ones. Oh, 1 second, guys. Hold on, please. Hello. Right, I'm back. I'm back. I don't know why I've got my earphones in. You know, no one's talking to me back. What have you started? You going on about my wonky shed? Right, we'll get onto my wonky shed in a minute, Rob. Yes, me and Erin did do it. Yeah, so I would say, SLM, I would say those things. So one, do some research on how to make thumbnails. Um, get yourself some branding. Doesn't matter, it can evolve. Using my thumbnails evolve. Buy yourself a USB microphone. You can get a Yeti, a little thing like a Yeti Nano for about 50 quid, I think, something or whatever it is in Australian dollary dues. Find yourself that free video editing software and teach yourself how to use it. And then just make up 100 videos. It sounds like a lot, but rewinding 3 years, it goes quick, really, really quick. Oh, so you got a Blue Yeti. Perfect. Well, there you go. I think it's called. So if you Google right now, anyone who's watching us on the laptop, can you please? Oh, you've got Premiere Pro. Okay, fine. So you just need to, and I'll be real with you. You just need to go and do it. That's it. The only thing that is stopping you is you, and that's it. Have a look at what's the difference between. And this isn't just knocking at you. This is the same conversation I had with Rob. And the same conversation I had with myself. Nobody, and I hang my hat on this. No other YouTuber has done anything for me. None of them. None of them. And that it just adds motivation for me, to be honest with you. I don't mind shouting out whoever, but nobody's. So you're on your own. Is with it, and you can't. You've got to go make it for yourself. But absolutely, if you want help from me, SLA, if you YouTube how to do a thumbnail 5 minutes. Sorry, I was just saying the way that doing it again. Sorry, I can keep seeing it in the top left. It says the connection is unstable. So yeah, what I would say is first things first, and write this down. Is it gone bad now? Or are we back in the game? When it does it again, I'll shut this one down. I'll run upstairs. We'll be by the modem. If you really, really like it. So yeah, just go for it. And the way I do it's done it again. Right, I'm going to cancel this one, and we're going to go upstairs. All right, because otherwise it's not going to like it, and it wouldn't let me go live. So 1 second. So I will be back. Have a look on the community tab, because I'll post it back in the community tab, and we'll go from there. All right, I'll be back in literally 2 minutes. All right.